Hey guys, today I have a chit-chat get ready with me video to share with you. So I basically just created this look here. Nothing super special, just like a casual day. And I just kind of freehanded it or freestyled it. Like I didn't really have anything in mind. I just kind of pulled some products that I've been loving or some products in my collection that I used to love and I'm kind of rediscovering. So I'm going through that kind of process right now. But yeah, if you guys want to hang out and chit chat with me getting ready to create this look, then just keep watching. Alright, so what I've already done is I put on my Bobbi Brown eye cream and my MAC strobe cream, and I'm just kind of waiting for that to sink in, and then I'm going to go in with primer. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, and I've been doing my best to put down my Murad Invisibler primer and use something else because I can't stop using that, but I really do like this. It's like a skin tone color. Because I noticed that some of my pores, like when I wear makeup, I've noticed that some of my pores are visible. I don't know if it's necessarily pores or just really dry skin and like texture, but regardless, I don't like it. So I find that the smoothing primer really helps to kind of fill in the texture or the pores or whatever the heck they are. And then I also like to take it around like my laugh lines and any fine lines and wrinkles just to kind of fill those in, prep for the foundation. My skin is super red. I think I got a bad batch. That was my Bluetooth player turning off. I think I got a bad batch of my Twinkle razors that I use to shade my face. I feel like they're all like super dull and it kind of like ate up my skin. So that's why it's red. This isn't really a mattifying primer, but it kind of does leave like this skin less shiny. It was kind of shiny because of the lotion and stuff. But yeah, it kind of brings it down to like a satiny look. I also have these really dumb dry patches on like the corners of my lips. It's just like super dry and like cracked and it looks really gross, so pardon that. And I pulled out an old favorite foundation that I'm going to use. It's the Glow Minerals Luxe Liquid Foundation and mine is in the shade Porcelain. And this is one of those that I've recently rediscovered and I don't know why I ever stopped using it. Probably because there is so many new products available all the time. And this is a pure mineral sponge that came with the Cameo contour set and I love it. This foundation is supposed to have like crushed pearl particles or pigments in it. So I don't know if that's true or not. But basically what it's supposed to do is like really soften the skin and just bring light into it, but it doesn't have like a really dewy, shimmery finish. So I'm just gonna keep building that up until I'm satisfied in really thin layers. And you know, when you use a damp sponge, it kind of eats up some of the product, so it's a little bit wasteful, but oh well. I honestly I have not been able to use a makeup, like a stippling brush, to put on foundation because my skin is just, it's way too dry and it just looks awful. So I've been relying on my beauty sponges. This is a really good match for me because it's porcelain, so it is really fair but has a really nice yellow, almost like olivey green undertone, which seems kind of weird, but it totally works on warm undertone people. So I love the fact that it's accommodating to my pale yellow skin. So thank you, Glow Minerals. My sponge smells like lemons. It smells so good because I just washed it. Alright, dampened it and washed it with the Sephora like natural brush cleaner and it's like a lemon scent. It smells so good. So the coverage is getting there. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I tend to not add as much on my forehead, as many layers as I do the rest of my face, simply just because I don't really need coverage too much on my forehead. I mean, there's a little bit of uneven tone up there, but it's not as bad as the bottom part of my face. So don't just go in and apply foundation all over, like only apply it where you need it, yeah? It sounds pretty easy, but sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but like I watch tutorials and they're like, and they just put it all over and then they go and buff it out. It looks beautiful. I'm like, well, that's fine for them, but everybody doesn't need it all in one place. So I don't know if that's even It's a cool story. Next, I'm going to use the Becca correcting product, the under eye brightening corrector. So this is like that pinky, more of a pinky salmon-y color. So I'm just going to apply that under there. Now this is, I like it, but it's hard for me to use sometimes because a little bit goes a long way and you just don't need a lot. And sometimes I get in the habit of just adding so much product, like more than necessary. But this product, I think it has some sort of light reflecting particles in it that really helps to just brighten up the under eye. It's very emollient. You can see that the under eye is very dewy looking still. And I'm just building up a little bit right where I need it, right in there where it's really dark. The lights help make my skin look better on camera than it is in real life, so just keep that in mind too. But yeah, I like this product, but it's not like my holy grail corrector. I think I like the It Cosmetics corrector concentrate a little bit better, but I'm using it. And so to go over that and then to conceal on the center of my face, like my nose, around the mouth where it gets really red. I've been getting super red, like hormonally, like around my nose. So I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer in Y23, and it has like a nice little tip applicator. A little bit of this goes a really long way, and I often apply way too much because I think that's been like the theme of this video is I apply too much product. So I'm just going to start by spreading that. Yeah, I applied way too much. Oops. Spreading that around with my finger, then I'm going to go in and blend it out. And it's in my hair with my damp sponge. It's a very blendable concealer. And it blends really great under the eyes or in the face, on the face in general. It blends great with fingers. Although fingers take a little bit longer to blend it in, it's great with a wet sponge and also a brush. So I actually really enjoy that. My nose, like I'll conceal it now, but then you guys might notice that it gets red because I'm constantly having to blow my nose. It's just so gross because I have apparently allergies all year round now. So that's always a problem for me, is a red nose, because I can keep applying products but then I keep blowing my nose and it rubs off. Before I set my face, I'm going to go in with my cream eyeshadow. This is the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Eyeshadow in Sand Dollar. It's like a bronzy taupe. And I really like these. You might have noticed that I did kind of conceal and neutralize the discoloration on my eyelid, just because I know that this is going to add, this product is not going to like color correct. Like you'll still be able to see the skin peeking through. So that's why I did that first. And then I'm just going to set this. But I don't know, am I even making sense? I don't know. I haven't done one of these talk through videos in a long time. So please bear with me. And yeah, I really like these products. They're very, very long wearing and crease proof. And they just make us nice bases or like nice all over eyeshadow colors. I particularly like this Sand Dollar because it's like a cool and a warm all at the same time. And we'll cover it up with some eyeshadow, so I'm just being kind of sloppy. This is a cream foundation or cream shadow brush from Sephora, number 28. And because those under eye products that I use are super creamy, they've already started to crease. So I'm just going to take the warmth of my fingers and smooth those out and then go in and set that. So to set it, I'm going to use a mixture of these, which is Emphasize. I think it's Emphasize by MAC. These two are Anastasia and that one is NYX. I'm just going to kind of take a mixture of all of them. And looking like a goon, I will set that. And then I'm gonna use the Hourglass Diffuse Light Ambient Powder. Look, I hit pan, and I'm gonna use that to set the rest of my face. And now that I look like a corpse, I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows. I'm gonna use some powder. So I have the Anastasia Brow Palette. And this is just how I've been liking to do it lately, just because I feel like it's so fast. I'm gonna take the chocolate color on most of the brow and then soft brown on the inner corner. So I'll probably fast forward through this because it's just basically filling in my brows and it's pretty boring. This is the Anastasia number 7 brush, which is tiny and nothing like it. It's amazing. Okay, so my brows are all done. I'm gonna go in with this palette here, which is a Life palette, I guess you could call it, that I constructed. It's just a bunch of random colors and brands. I got this idea from Ashley from Texas Mommy of Boys. So I'm gonna start with these 3 colors. These are Makeup Geek Bling, Ice Queen, and White Lies. And I'm just gonna take that on a big fluffy brush and just set the eye area, even though I already set it. So I guess it's not really setting it, but just laying that down as my first color. And I'm gonna go in with this Morphe brush, which I've really been enjoying. This is the 441 brush, and I'm pretty sure it just got really, the sun just started shining, so it's like really bright. Anyway, I'm going to go in with the mixture of Cream Brulee from Makeup Geek and Peach Smoothie. I keep having to look at all these colors, like pick them up and look at the backs. I don't know what's in there because I kind of just constructed this last night, so I'm going to have to start memorizing those colors. So I'm just taking that in the crease as you would a transition color. And then on a Morphe brush, this is the 433. This one reminds me of a MAC 217 or a Sigma E25. I'm gonna take MAC eyeshadow in Folly. And I'm just gonna place that out here and then kind of bring it up into the crease, just as a little bit of extra definition and dimension out there. And then once that's like laid down, did you guys hear that? That was like my TV. It just like cracked or something. That was loud. Get it in there. I don't really have anything in mind for what I was going to do, which is why I like this Life palette idea. Because some days you're inspired, or at least for me, some days I'm inspired to do like a specific look or, you know, recreate a tutorial that I saw. But today I'm just like, ah. So in my Life palette, I kind of tried to do like, you know, darker colors, more matte colors, more like transition crease colors. And then I always like a really kind of shimmery lid. Like it's my favorite kind of look. So that's kind of what I tried to do. Like that's how I was strategizing it. So for a lid color, I'm going to take this color, which doesn't have a name on it because it's part of the Ofra like Endless Diamonds palette. Like it's an eyeshadow. I think you can buy it individually. And I'm just going to take it on this little flat shader brush because, well, this is the shader lid E56, which I like. But usually for this kind of a product, I usually prefer my MAC 242 brush. But unfortunately, I need to wash a bunch of brushes. And I don't have any clean ones right now. But yeah, that's so pretty. Nice shimmery. It's pretty intense, even dry. So I can't imagine how good it would look or how intense and nice and metallic-y foiled it would look wet. I'm going to take a little bit more on the brush of the Cream Brulee and Peach Smoothie. Just to kind of deepen up that crease. The same 2 transition colors, Cream Brulee eyelash and Peach Smoothie on a pencil brush. Just kind of round out the bottom part of the eye. And then I'm taking that Folly on this brush and just pressing that in the outer part of the eye and then bringing whatever was left on the inner part. And then I'm going to go back in with my pencil brush and just kind of soften that and blend those together. Now I'm going to go in with this MAC gel eyeliner in Blitz and Glitz. And I'm going to take it on a Sigma eyeliner 11, which is like a really tiny little brush. I'm going to fast forward or not film this part because it's going to take me forever to try to stay in focus or to stay in frame because I, you know, get really close. I'm just not good at doing that on camera. So now I'm going to curl my lashes and then maybe go in with this mascara. I'm a little bit hesitant because I think this like smudges and flakes on me, but it's the Hypnose Drama by Lancome. But I really like the way that it applies. So I'm gonna just test it out again today. Okay, so I just did 2 coats of mascara. I don't know. I definitely don't think this mascara is worth, you know, $25, $30. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit spidery, but at the same time, since I stopped using Latisse because I'm pregnant, my lashes just kind of blow. They kind of just suck as it is. So I've been wearing a lot of false lashes just because it's easier and it just looks better. So I guess I can't really say it's that bad because I think my lashes just totally suck. I did get a little bit of mascara kind of on the eye area, so I'm going to wait for that to dry. Go in and flick it off with a Q-tip and then maybe touch up the eyeshadow. And while it's drying, that's a great sound, I'm going to hit the lower lashes with my MAC Extended Play mascara, which I love for lower lashes. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild contouring palette in Dolce de Leche. I'm just going to use, I don't think I'm going to use the yellow stuff. I'm just going to use is that still wet? The brush that I wanted to use is still wet because I tried to spot clean it, but it might not apply that well. But I do like this brush. I got it because Jaclyn Hill uses it. It's the Morphe M523. So instead, let me use another little Morphe brush, the M512, which gives a little bit more of a harsh contour. I don't really want a crazy contour today, but I do, since I've been gaining a little bit of weight from being pregnant and I gained a lot of it in my face. I'm just going to contour a little bit because I like to just chisel it out a little bit. I just feel better about myself that way. A little bit on the jawline. Just a little bit. This is kind of a rosy toned contour. I'll blend that out with when I put on bronzer too. I don't think this is the new formula. Like I think that Wet n Wild came out with a new formula of these. It's supposed to be even better, but I don't mind these at all. I have another shade as well. I think I like the other shade better for contour. I think. I can't remember which one my favorite was. But yeah, that just gives a nice soft contour. So I like this brush because it's stiff but precise. So it's good for laying down contour. It does a nice job. It doesn't really blend out the best just because it's too small and it will take a lot of extra movement to blend it out. But I really like that brush. So for bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown bronzer brush, which has been so long since I've used him. He was tucked away in my closet. And my friend Laura from Miss Lololyn inspired me to pull this out because she's been using it like in her crease. It's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural and Give Me Sun. So I'm just going to bronze a little bit. I don't want to get too much, just on my face, add some color. I'm trying not to do very much at all. So we'll see how that goes. See how that just gives like a nice sun-kissed look. I always make sure I have really messy hair after I bronze. Otherwise I didn't do a good job, meaning you need to get like really up into the hairline. Really take it up into the hairline, especially when you're pale like myself. Otherwise you're going to have like a harsh line there, a white line of your actual skin tone color between your hair and the bronzer, and it's not going to look very cute. I'm just going to do like the W, which is like a really natural placement for bronzer. And take a little bit down on my neck and kind of blend that contour out at the same time. I'm going to clean up with a Q-tip the mascara that got up on there. Definitely just want to make sure you don't know that that mascara is dried all the way, and then you can just really flick it off. And then I'm gonna go back in with that shader lid brush in that lid color that we used, or that I used on the lid, just to kind of intensify that, because that Q-tip kind of took off some of the color. So I'm taking the Ofra eyeshadow. I don't think it has an individual name, which is kind of stupid. Definitely a first class problem to have. I love this brush for this kind of stuff. I've talked about it before, but when you're touching up your eyelid color, see how that fits on there just so perfect, and it doesn't really have a lot of fallout, so it doesn't really like fall into your black mascara and make it look powdery. So I love this brush for that. To finish up the top eye look, I'm gonna highlight with Makeup Geek Shimma Shimma right there. And I'm just gonna kind of pop that right there. I just grabbed this brush, a concealer brush, because like I've been chirping throughout the video, most of my favorite brushes, or my recent current favorite brushes, are dirty right now, so I'm kind of using some that have been brushes that have been on the back burner. I love that Shimma Shimma. It's not super, like, it's not super light in contrast on my skin. It's almost my skin tone, but because it's like on steroids as far as sheen and intensity goes, it definitely does still like bring light back in. You can kind of see. And then I'm just gonna take that first brush that I used and just kind of blend the transition color together with the highlight, just to make sure it's, you know, not like a super strip harsh line of highlight, because that's not good. I'm gonna take the Lancome Drama, let me read it in English, Extreme Longwear Eyeliner, and the color is a purple color. And yeah, I'm not even remotely sure how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to. I'll have it listed below. I'm just gonna pop that in my lower waterline. That is so pretty. For blush, I'm gonna use one of my current favorite blushes. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Blush in the shade number 1, the lightest shade, which is, what are you, Light Rose. And I had to like make myself stop using this because I was using it like every day. And I just have my Bobbi Brown blush brush, which I love. But this blush is just, it's so pretty. It's so easy to work with. It's not overly pigmented, which I personally like in a blush. It's very blendable. It looks natural. It doesn't look clown-like or streaky. I just really enjoy it. For a highlight, I'm gonna use this e.l.f. illuminating palette. I've never used this before. And I've heard this compared to the ambient lighting powders by Hourglass. I don't think it's the same thing. I don't know. I think these are a little bit more shimmery than those are supposed to be. So I'm gonna take this kind of pinky color here. It's like a really pale pink. And just put that. Yeah, this definitely has not like chunks of glitter, but it's just not the same, even close to the same formula as the ambient lighting powders, in my opinion anyway. Yeah, it's kind of picking up a little bit of texture, but it is really pretty and it's really, really subtle. Now, when I do my face makeup, my complexion first, and then do my eyes, you know, I get a little bit of fallout, and I feel like wiping it away brings some of the discoloration back in my under eyes. So when I get to this point, well, basically how I avoid it is just doing my eye makeup first. But sometimes it's just easier to do face first. So at this point, I don't know what to do with the under eye, because I want to make sure it's concealed. I'm tempted to use this yellowy color under there. I don't know. Should we just see how it goes? Should we just do it? I feel like it might be too shimmery and it might bring out like the dryness. Oh, I don't think I like that. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely doesn't offer any coverage, and it kind of just illuminates the dry crepiness. So I'm going to show you an amazing powder that I've been using to brighten up under the eyes, like after after I'm done with everything, like when I'm almost ready to do my lips and walk away from the look. This powder is by Senna, and it's the Mineral Mix Advanced Mineral Makeup Press, Cover, and Finish Foundation in Light. I got this in California at Namies or Nigel's. I've almost hit pan on it because I love it. It's so finely milled. It offers like light medium coverage, but I can actually add it under the eyes to brighten back up when I need to, or to touch up, and it doesn't make it look cakey, which is really hard to come by. For me anyway. So I can still see some of that e.l.f. highlight, kind of highlighting some of the fine lines and wrinkles, so just excuse that. And to finish the look, I'm going to do some lips. I'm going to use my NYX Slim Pencil in Peekaboo Neutral. It's just like a pinky neutral. And then I'm going to go in with one of my favorite drugstore lip glosses. This is Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in Supernatural. It's such a beautiful pinky color. And then I'm going to set everything in place with the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. And then after that setting spray has set, that is the completed look. So here is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you enjoyed these chit-chatty get ready with me videos kind of sprinkled in amongst my other videos. They're really fun to do. I will have a list of all the products that I used in the video listed down below in case you missed something or wanted to refer back or wanted to check it out for yourself. Thank you so much as always for hanging out and just spending your time with me, watching my videos, taking the time. Sincerely appreciate it, you guys. I hope you guys are all having a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.